Happy Monday, my fit family. This is Daniella again, and I hope you're ready to see a lot of me pretty much half naked. Let's set the premise. The last 6 months, I've been recording myself every single morning, just wearing shorts and a sports bra to track my body's progress. I have learned to really see myself. And in the beginning of this process, it was very difficult for me to look at videos of my body. And what's funny is that you'll see towards the end is that I actually really fell in love with my body and the way it is. I have a cookie pouch, I have stretch marks, I have this little pouch on the bottom of my stomach, as you'll see over and over again, that won't go away. And I was trying to really live a consistent lifestyle, reduce my calories, but not so much that I would actually cause my body to freak out. And what I realized is that I am going to be a trainer who will always have a belly as of now. And I've learned to accept that because I turned 35 earlier this month, and I spent so many years hating my body, and there's a lot of trauma that comes behind it. What I've learned to do is that I want to show you guys that it is okay to be the way you are. The looks is actually the least important part of it, and it took me a really long time, and some days, I'm not gonna lie, it is harder than others to accept that. But what I can do and who I am and who I'm trying to be in the last 6 months during this COVID pandemic, during the social injustice, and now awaiting voting, has been really difficult on me, and I've learned to really put myself first, and I am grateful for that. So I'm going to show you about 6 months on and off of what my body looked like every morning, and some of them have some stories and some of them don't, and I want you to really understand that I did this process because I thought that if I was consistent for a while, that I would eventually lose my belly, I would build up some strength, and I would be moving forward. And I actually moved a lot more mentally than I thought physically. And there are certain things that I see that was funny because sometimes I see great differences and some days I don't. So I'm going to take you back. I'm going to start with when I started this project on May 2nd. Good morning. It's May 2nd. I realized that since I've been quarantined, I've gained a little bit of weight. So I've decided to do this video every morning, just to film what I look like, what I weigh like, to show you. Also to show you that really what you look like is just a sum of a lot of products. I mean, I'm still able to run and work out and move, and that's what I'm trying to teach myself. It's not actually what I look like, but what I need to do for my body to stay strong. So I'll be doing this every day. I'm going to show you a little bit about what I am. So right now I weigh myself about 160, and this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for joining me for this ride. If you like it, subscribe, leave a comment. Please know that you are worth it. You are more than your body. It's just one component of who you are. But definitely appreciate your body for what it is now and not what you think it should be. It is amazing. You can move, you can breathe, and that is a blessing within itself. So let's go to May. And again, as much as I've been going through my own process, I've learned to know that my body is not exactly what's the most interesting part of me. It's my mind, it's who I am. But I do know in fitness that it can be kind of overwhelming when you look at your body, or when your body tries to do something and it can't. I had knee surgery over 3 years ago, and I know that it took away my running for a while, took away the fact that I can't bend my knee fully. So now what I do every day is I work out to make myself feel better because I want to get stronger. So my goal for the next few months, actually the rest of my life, is to become stronger, to get my back wider, get my legs stronger, get my core engaged more, and be better than I am every single day. It's just record myself in the morning and have my normal schedule of writing, reading, working out, and going through the process. And one thing that I posted before is my workout of hundreds that I do, which pretty much comprises of 8 body weight moves. And what I did is that I recorded how well I did it when I first started in March, which was about 55 minutes. But when I started in May, I had got it down to about 48 and a half minutes, which is great. It's an improvement. And I was only doing this workout maybe 3 times a week, but really trying to stay consistent, fueling my body. And I was hoping that I was able to get stronger and really push myself with my knee. And that is exactly what I was going to test myself on. I was going to use this workout because I didn't know in May when I was going to go back to work. So I decided to just keep this very simple, and it was going to be the highlight of my days, get the workout done, push myself, and then see what happens the next day. And then there were days when I would rest and I would either snack more because I was hungry. And I was, like I said, I wanted to know what my body would look like the next morning. And sometimes there was some bloating, as we normally have around our abdomen. I usually bloat around my abdomen. And some days there wasn't. There wasn't a difference. So it depending on what day I was going through. And there were also days where, unfortunately, I did some over drinking with my roommate, or I overdrank with my siblings. And like, again, it's water retention. And I noticed, I was trying to figure out what was going to happen with my body. But even though my body was responding to the bloating, I also still performed and did my workouts regularly and actually did pretty well. And also, a lot of things that as women we'll talk about is that usually our period has a huge effect. I suffer from endometriosis, and it actually is shown to have a lot of bloating when you're a couple of days before your period. And for me, it almost looks like my body is fully extended and I have a really protruding lower abs, which I've learned to understand that that is just a part of how my body is. And of course, it was the summer. I have one of my brothers lives in Philly, so I went to Philly for Memorial Day weekend, and like we said, there's a lot of barbecue, there's a lot of drinking, there's a lot of fun playing with his kids. And I realized that it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be the next morning after having a full weekend, because I let myself enjoy the presents and the food. And that is something that a lot of us always overthink, that we're going to overeat and it's going to stay there. And that's actually not true. I'm looking into research for actually doing people who are like me, who are a little bit overweight and want to experience what that's going to look like with our body if we do it once in a while. And every month, at the beginning of the month, I tend to weigh myself to see how my progress was. I do tend to weigh myself once in a while just to see what my dehydration is. I tend to lose a pound of water when I sleep just by breathing. So I replenish it as soon as I get up, before I even have my first breakfast. And for me, I just wanted to see what the scale was. And I'm trying not to really use the scale as a marker anymore, but it is also good to know for me, because when I want to do harder workouts in the future, I have to be able to track that and understand that your body does need that water, because any slight dehydration can cause huge effects in your body. And like I said, my body changed randomly. There are some days when I really felt bloated, or I felt gross, or I felt depressed, and I was only concentrating on what I felt like, and actually my body looked leaner than other days. So for me, that's when I really started to wake up in June and realize that my body is going to do what it wants and I need to push it. My body is there, and I'm mentally pushing myself to do things, which is great, and pushing myself. And I did see some changes, like if I did 5 consistent days of working out and then gave myself a rest day, you know, I think my body adjusted to the fact that I wanted to work out and get stronger. So I'd realize, okay, she wants to drop some fat, so let's keep pushing. And that is interesting, because then I also did days when I try to do, let's say, 9 full days in a row of working out, and my body actually looked more bloated, which makes more sense, because as we know, when you work out consistently, your muscles have micro tears, so your muscles have that inflammation, and it's actually not muscle strength, it's just extra water that's being sent to repair, and glycogen to repair those muscles. So the thing is, a lot of people say that if I don't work out every day, I'm not going to lose weight, and that's actually not true. You want to also give your body some rest. So that's what I was also designing with myself, to see if I looked leaner if I did a lot of days, or if I did a rest day. And like I thought, when I give myself a rest day, that's usually when my body leans out and is able to heal itself, so that I can push and go through a harder workout. As many of you know, I have depression, and there were days when I just felt really down. It comes and goes, ebbs and flows, as we like to call it. Do a lot of therapy, and the days of depression, even when I pushed to work out, sometimes it wasn't that. It was the fact that I didn't feel good. I could do stuff like, I'm going to show you, I could do stuff like dancing and working out or overeating, and my body was actually some days it looked like it changed and some days it didn't. But like I see, it's all the filter of how I saw myself. So for me, when I had depressed days, if I needed a rest, I would rest. If I needed a day to work out, I would work out. During this quarantine, I'd walk outside a lot with a mask on. And it was interesting for me to just realize that the mind does have a huge control over your body. And I think that's what I'm saying, that after the first couple of months doing this, I realized that I woke up every morning and it was kind of my regular thing was to brush my teeth, put on my shorts, sports bra, and record my body the way it was, and realize that my body is there. It can move, which is great, and I want to keep it that way. And I will know that as of now, I will not have a flat stomach. I will not have a six-pack. But I'm pretty sure getting those things will not make me ecstatically happy, because I've learned a lot about myself recently, and I'm able to do this 100th workout that I set for myself. And I also learned how to take a break. I lived with my brother in Philly in August for a couple of weeks, and my brother's kids are amazing, 3 kids, and they enjoy food. They enjoy being a kid and not having to worry about what you look like or anything like that, like a lot of us adults put on ourselves. And I ate like them when they ate big breakfasts. They always had fruit after every meal, which is really healthy. They drank lots of water. They were active. And I ate more at my family's house, at my brother's house in Philly, than I did on my own. And that's what's funny, is that when I was able to look at that break at the end of August, I actually, quote unquote, the scale didn't move, and I was really afraid of actually gaining weight. But the scale didn't move, and I actually felt really good. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that when you're doing consistent workouts and you're pushing yourself and you try to reach this goal of losing weight, sometimes your body will adjust to it. So if I ate a high calorie meal, I wasn't punishing myself, but because I was also enjoying it. And that's what I noticed a lot too, is that giving myself that break was mentally and physically relaxing, and I felt so much better. So obviously when I was with my family and I was eating and I was feeling comfortable, my depressed days weren't as bad. And I realized that that's what I need to focus on, is really putting myself first and knowing the medicine that I need, which is not based on the scale and not based on what my body actually looks like. Like I said, there are a lot of times when I woke up the next day and I didn't want to record myself because either I overate or overdrank, and I had to prove to myself that I had to do it. I had a really emotional weekend where I had to face my own fears about being loved, and I had to cut out some friendships that were not benefiting me. And believe me, it was very difficult for me, because I would like to make friendships work, but I got lost in not loving myself with certain people, and that's not good for me. So I decided to take a step back. And the thing that I've learned is that on those days, sometimes I will use my body to add to the blow. But looking at all these videos, I realized that me and my body are having a great relationship right now. I love it, and it's helping me still move and be able to work, and also provide a video like this for you to realize that I want you all to love yourself and to be who you are and to show yourself kindness. The world is always changing, and for us, we need to bring our best selves forward. So I've accepted that I'm going to be someone on social media that posts full-length body pictures, and like I said, it's not meant for anybody to say, especially me, say if it's pretty enough or beautiful enough or worthy enough, because it is. I am me, and I want you all to realize that I'm showing you my journey as being very open and very vulnerable to any criticism, but that's okay, because I needed me at a younger age. I needed someone to be telling me exactly what I'm telling you now, is that your body is amazing. It looks great. Stretch marks, cellulite, too tall, too short. Arms are getting jacked, but your abs are not, which is what I've experienced. That is all beautiful, because I'm getting myself to somewhere. every day I wake up and I know I want to do this. I know I want to spread my message of loving yourself for who you are. And I'm not going to lie, some days it is hard for me, but with the growth that I've developed this year, and it seems really cheesy since we've all been going through a huge pandemic, but I've developed a lot of growth, and my body was something that was very consistent. I was keeping a schedule, I was working out, I was doing the hundreds. I was able to do so well that I went from 48 minutes in the beginning of May to now, on average in October, if I do the hundreds, I can get it down below 42, which is awesome. For me, 6 minutes is a huge deal. You're doing the exact same moves and I'm able to save 6 minutes. That's amazing. That is progress for me. A lot of people, like I said, I'll show you a little bit of the workout, but that for me is mind-blowing. Because when I first started in March, I could do it in 55 minutes. And I was like, okay, it's a good workout. Maybe I can get faster, I can get stronger. And I am. And now I want to challenge myself even more because I do like assisted pull-ups. I want to get to the point when I can eventually do 4 or 5 pull-ups on my own. I'm not there yet, but that's my goal. And I'm not going to deny myself being happy until I reach it because I'm going to enjoy the process. And like I said, this is my journey of my fitness goals. I do have some plans to show you things that I want to take on. I want to do another endurance race next year in 2021. And I have to already start planning for it because I was not born an athlete. We're not born anything. We get to shape our lives. And now that I'm in my mid-30s, I want to shape my life very differently. I have forgiven myself for treating my body so badly when I was younger. And I accept myself now. But it does mean kindness towards myself. I can let myself take a break. I don't have to work out every single day. I can go enjoy a meal with my family, not think, oh my God, I have to go work out right away. No, those are my old mentalities. I've learned to let myself rest and relax and know that I do want certain goals that are different from everybody else, but I don't put that on anybody. I want to make sure that I have this for myself. And with this video, as you'll see a lot of me, is that I want you all to also carry that with you, to really love yourself. So this video was literally 6 months in the making. I'm glad I got here. And like I said, my original plan was to record myself eventually getting a flat stomach and getting rid of the little pouch that you guys have all seen so many times by now. But it didn't happen. And that's okay. Because I know I'm going to push myself harder. And if it does happen, I'll bring you on my journey. And I'm not going to hide any secrets. I'll tell you how I did it. And how I'm going to do it is probably through a lot more work, consistency, loving myself, working on my sleep, which I'm a bad sleeper, and just staying focused and true to what I want. I want to be happy every day. There's things that I'm working for that take more time and more stress, but every single day I want to be able to push myself, and that's what I'm here for. I want to thank you all for staying with me for this video. You've gotten this far, you're amazing. Definitely subscribe and like. If you leave a comment, let me know what you want to see. I'm going to be taking on some stuff that I'm a little scared to do, but I also am doing it because I know that I would love to have seen this when I was younger so that I could love myself more. But if you have an idea for a video, please let me know. I will definitely look at it. And as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to everyone else, and I'll see you real soon.